Welcome to Harmony Baptist Children's Corner. My name is Dave. This is COVID Home Edition 60. 60. That's 60. That's a lot. I just like doing that now. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. COVID Home Edition 60 for June the 6th. June the 6th it is. Okay, I've been talking recently, last few weeks, I've been talking about relationships, love between you and your friends, the relationship between you and your siblings, your brothers and sisters, the relationship between you and your parents, why they love you. I can't figure it out. Something. No, I'm just kidding. But today I want to talk about your parents and their love for each other. And okay, so do your parents love each other? Now, I'm assuming that they do, especially if they're Jesus followers, then they know what's good for them type thing, you know. They have a triple relationship with their spouse and with God, so it's a three-way thing. But, yeah, I'm assuming your parents love each other, but how do you know? How do you know your parents love each other? Well, I got a list of some things that people have said, and see if this is true for some of you. I'm sure this is true. How do you know that your parents love each other? They randomly kiss or touch each other for no apparent reason. My dad makes my mom coffee every morning without fail, or does something like that. They laugh wildly together sometimes at stupid crap, and it always have. Your parents ever do that? Yeah. My dad's always been able to make my mom giggle like a junior high school girl with a huge crush. They randomly hold hands at sweet times. My parents and I always have been mushy. They always say I love you, and they're kissing and hugging. I find it a little embarrassing, but now I think it's sweet. Another thing they did was to respect each other's time. I never understood the sitcom jokes about a man always wanting to get out of the house and the woman always wanting him to stay. My parents, Jen, wanted to stay. They both worked a lot and they retired. But when one of them wanted to go out, they were welcome to do it. These are pretty much the same things. My parents are the bickering sort, but they've always been open with kisses and hugs and general affection for each other. I thought it was super gross as a kid, but now I'm thankful it was modeled for me. My parents make each other laugh, kiss each other randomly, kiss each other before leaving the house, say I love you with ending a phone call, still go on dates and call them dates, give each other little cards for special occasions, writing sappy messages that I know now I shouldn't read. They write each other post-it notes to let each know the dog's been fed or that kind of stuff. They trade off on household chores. They're both entirely smitten with each other, and putting them into words has made me appreciate how much their love shows in being aware of each other's needs. They're thoughtful, they keep each other apprised of things to know to make the house run smoothly. They go on trips together, and they genuinely enjoy each other's company. Even if Dad does 100% of the driving, and Mom tries to be a good conversationalist in return before napping. Well, yeah, my darling doesn't nap, but how did you know your parents love each other? You know? Probably something like this, you know? Okay, I got another question for you. And it's a good thing when your parents love each other, because apparently when your parents love each other, when you're watching parents who are in love, you learn how to think better, you learn how to understand better, you learn how to communicate, how to behave, how to show emotions, and to develop social skills. Now, I'm not saying that people whose parents aren't in love or got divorced or don't do these things, but odds are that you, as with parents in love, will get these things better and sooner. You'll stay in school longer, you'll probably marry later, and that's probably because you're not in a hurry to get out of the house. You know, it's okay at my house, I don't mind being there. So, yeah, you're not in a hurry to get out. So, what else does it? Oh, and then when you have parents that don't love each other, and like they stay together for the children, or you can see that they just don't, it genuinely hurts the children. It can stunt emotional growth because children are afraid to show emotions or keep them to themselves. They grow up questioning marriage and the value of marriage, and some of them may never get married. It affects their friendships with other people. There's a very big effect on you when your parents are in love or don't love. And you think you know. How do you know? I got a question for you. Why? Why are your parents in love? You know, it's easy to say, well, because my mom's gorgeous. And that's absolutely true. I'll tell you a story. Okay? Now, you've probably heard the story, but I'm going to tell it again anyways, because I love doing that. When I met my darling Donna, okay? This was in grade 13, way back in high school. They had a grade 13 back then. and I was about to ask, actually, another girl out. We were standing in the hallway, and this classes were changing, and this girl's name was Janet, and she was a little bit taller than me, so I was a little scared, but I'm like, hi, Janet, and she actually knew I was going to ask her out. And she was going to say yes. I know she was going to say yes. But we had to go through the, so I was like, hi, Janet, how are you? And she's, oh, hi, and she's waiting for me to do it. People are going by on all sides of us. I'm a little bit nervous, but and then she looks over more, she goes over my shoulder, and she goes, oh, hi, Donna. And I go like this. Well, when I go like this, I bring my elbow, and I smash this person. Smash her book, all her books go flying. And now I think, I've just killed the girl I want to ask out. I just killed her best friend. And she's never going to go out with me because I just killed her best friend. So I so I jump down to the floor, right on the floor, help me pick up the books, and this girl is down on the floor, and we look at each other, and our eyes caught, and I believe in love at first sight because of that. Absolutely believe in love at first sight, because Janet was gone. Janet went right out of mine, and here was Donna. I didn't know her name, I didn't know nothing about her, but I looked in her eyes, and that was it. I was lost. And she did the same thing. And we went to lunch together. We had lunch together that day. We went to class or some club we joined together. That I'm going to join. I'll join. Yeah, let's join. And we started dating right away. Stupid move on my part as a side note. I didn't know who it was, so I phoned Janet, who thought I was going to ask her out, and asked her for Donna's number. Apparently that was not a good thing because they weren't friends anymore. But yeah, so I believe in love at first sight, and I think, I know that at that point, that was love for me. What I held for her was love. Now, looking at it 40 years later, 42 years later, I know that what I have now is serious and deep love. I'm not saying that wasn't love, but what I have now is a deeper love, a stronger love. I can say that I love her more than yesterday, and not as much as I will tomorrow, because I understand how much I need her, how much I value her, how much I appreciate her. I wrote a list of all these good things, and I should know them. But it was 42 years ago, and people say, yeah, you looked at her, but now, but honestly, I can look her in the eyes right now. I've put 42 and some pounds on, and my hair is no longer the color it was, and I'm older and fatter and grayer and slower, and we're both older now. But I look in her eyes, and it's the exact same look as that day when I first went down. She's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I fall in love with her all over again every time I just come up close and look in her eyes, because she was meant for me. And that's how I know that God is in our marriage, because she was meant for me. I know she was. I know that God meant her for me for her, and He entirely blessed our marriage, and He has. And that's why I'm in love with her, because God said it's okay. God said, I got a girl for you. And He told her, I got a guy for you. Now, she was dating somebody else at the time. She went home that night and broke up with him. And I dated a few girls, But when we finally got together, and then we had fights, and we didn't split up, but and it was either, at one point, it was either marry me or we're going to break up, It's okay, we got married, But I don't regret a single thing. I'm so happy that I have her. But having said all that, I know that God set her up for me, and that's how I know, and that's how you should know your parents are meant for each other. That's why your parents love each other, because God set them up for that. And if you're blessed, like your parents are, and like I am, then your mate will be out there somewhere for you. And God will bless that and set you up, and you'll meet them, and it'll be perfect. I would suggest don't go looking for it. Let it come to you. That's how God works. When you try to force God's hand, no. But when you let God work, it does. All right, so that's all about parents. Why do your parents love each other? God said it was okay. I think that's great. Okay, I gotta go. Talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.